Good morning, YouTube family. This is John. It is 8:06 a.m. Ohio time. So once again, good morning. I know this channel is called John Rambles about hockey, but I want to do something different today. I'm going to ramble about hockey tomorrow. I'm still trying to get caught up on this weekend's action. Um, if you guys follow this channel at all, you notice there's a few of my sermons that I preach at my church. This used to be my this used to be my church's YouTube channel, but I tried a few months ago. I tried experimental with YouTube to try to kind of trying to as a marketing ploy to advertise for the church to the get people to come and also to try to let people know that that stopped coming during the pandemic, that we're still open and to encourage them to come back. But we tried that for a few weeks. One Sunday we had a technical glitch, and then it just seems like a couple other factors. We quickly abandoned, or I quickly abandoned YouTube, the YouTube channel. So it lay dormant for about 6, 7 months, and I decided to kind of make it into I decided to open it back up and to kind of make it a hodgepodge of a few things. But I left some of my earlier sermons and I left some of my earlier sermons on there, so I encourage everyone to watch those if you want to. Uh, but 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 anyways, I will, like I said, I will ramble on about hockey tomorrow, and although it will probably be a little while before I post a sermon online, I kind of want to do something a little different every Monday, or one day through a week. I may like to give a weekly devotional, and and uh, and this week my weekly devotional really doesn't have a particular chapter verse in the Bible, but yesterday we just concluded our study on Daniel, and if you're familiar with Daniel at all, Daniel is a book in the Old Testament consisting of 12 chapters. The first six books, the first six chapters, it's told in a third person perspective, but the last six chapters is told in a first person perspective. So it feels like two totally different books. But it's interesting. If if when we think of Daniel, we often think of the lion's den. We often think of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But if we study the book of Daniel, then we notice that Daniel is a very, very complex book, a very complex character. And especially in the last six chapters, there are several layers to the book of Daniel. I we often, those of us who go to church, heard Daniel, heard Daniel Lions Den, and it is, I don't blame the pastors, I don't blame preachers at all, but I think we miss the complexity of this book, and this and even though the characters even though the characters and the chapters are complex, if you read the book of Daniel, if you uncover those layers, if you get past the complexity of it, the message is so simple. If you read the first, especially if you compare the story to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Daniel in a lion's den, it seems like these are like the same story but different characters. You have the protagonist, which is Daniel or Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which chapter you read, and and it feels like a story where the protagonist, where the antagonist, which in this case is the king, the antagonist makes a decree that was against God and against God's laws. And then you got the protagonist who honors their relationship with their God, with the God of Israel, and they defy the king's mandate because they know it's wrong, and 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 then the king gets upset. The king gets enraged by them, by this act of defiance, and he throws them, he sentences them to a particular death. He sentences them to death, and as they were facing death, God always comes through to rescue them, and it's relatable to us, even though we may not be facing death, even though we may not be facing anything of the magnitude that these early Israelites were facing. Anytime we are facing a dark time in our lives, anytime we are in the midst of darkness in our lives and there seems to be no way out, God is always there, and he always provides us a way out of that. And just like if you're familiar with the book of Daniel, no matter, they are facing certain death, but God always provides them a way out. And again, it's the same with us today. Whenever we are facing darkness in our lives, God always provides us a way out. And that's my little thought today. God bless. Hope you have a good day. If Keep safe out there. Bye bye.